Good evening, everyone. I think that was really, I can't call it a trailer, but I think it's a good way to set the tone for this meeting today. I decided to bring this up. This is the first time we're going to do this in MCTB, where we're going to play a video at the beginning of the show. Do you know why? Because this video, it's a clear definition of a lot of things that has happened in my life in the past 10 years. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year to you guys. I'm quite pumped up for today. I'm quite elated. I feel like jumping into the screen now and really bringing a lot of things into your into your ears and speaking directly to you. But I think Ubon King did justice to this. And let me tell you something. R.I.P. to the King. R.I.P. Ubon King. And today's show is actually dedicated to Ubon King. Do you know why? I'm going to introduce myself later. I'm going to tell you a bit about later, but let's talk about Ubon King. So September 22 last year, I wrote to Ubon King and I said, Ubon King, I need you to come on MCTB January 16, 2021. And thanks to my sister Bridget Election, she was involved in all this as well while we started having that discussion. But man proposes, God disposes. Today, module 12 was actually for Ubon King. This topic was for Ubon King. And if some of you for those of you that are following me, I said we're not going to change the topic. We're not going to change the message, but we're not going to change the messenger. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Masterclass with Tobi Bandele Module 12. I'm really fired up today. I'm pumped up. I want to say a lot of things, and I don't even know where to start. But trust me, this evening is going to be a pumped up evening and it's going to be a great evening for everyone. So Mr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye is the MD CEO of Zylus Investment Limited, and he's going to tell you everything about financial freedom today. And after that, we're going to bring in Mr. Tobi Yusuf. That's why we're going to have this program today in two parts. Mr. Oluwatosin, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. I can see that you're also in your car. Lagos Hostel. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you out of your busy schedule, you find time to come talk to us on MCTB today. It's been a long time I've been asking Tosin to bring you on board. That hey, Tosin, we need to talk to this Mr. Oluwatosin. This man is doing great things, amazing things in the space of investment. He's liberating people. He's bringing smiles on people's face. When I cashed my check last December with a 38% return on investment, Oga, I smiled, So, and I really don't want to keep this information to myself alone. When I showed my very good friend, I don't know if he's there right now, I showed him that check, and it was like, hey, you are wicked. That's the word he used. He said I was wicked. I said I wasn't, but I wasn't sure at that time. I needed to be sure before I introduce such things to people, because there is no bank. No bank will give me 38% on my savings. There is no shares in this country today that will yield 38% in 12 months on my savings. And the amazing thing you did, you even gave me my investment, the return on my investment ahead, upfront. Who does that? It's because you're sure of what you're doing. You're 100% sure of what is bringing to you. So a lot of us have still been skeptical. And I keep telling people that skepticism is right. But when your skepticism is turning to laziness, then that one I winch. All right, you can be scared, but you need the information to break that your fear. And guys, that is what we're doing here today. So once again, thank you very much for every one of you that has joined. I can see the numbers growing. Please pardon us. There'll be some noise coming from Mr. Oluwatosin there. Is in the car. But I want you to get your books, get your daughters, your pen, and guys, be ready to take in a lot of information today and be ready to tap into these opportunities. All right. Okay. So to introduce Mr. Oluwatosin, I will ask you to do that yourself, sir. with all humility.
Thank you very much for having me this time.
Welcome.
I'm really glad to be here, and I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Today is going to be a great day because I have a couple of things to discuss with everyone about passive income. But I would like to apologize for the fact that you know how Lagos is. I'm presently on the road. But nevertheless, I believe everybody can hear me and we can still talk while we are moving on the road. So
Yes,
basically,
we can hear you.
uh,
We can hear you.
all right. So basically, if we're gonna start, I'll say okay. Let's look at the topic and what everything is all about. You're talking about financial freedom and through passive income. So if we relate the topic very well, you realize that financial freedom is what everybody wants. But the fact is that what you don't know, there's no way you can know it. It is until you know before you can know that thing. So anything that you don't have idea about or anything you don't know, there's no way you can be able to get returns from it. So in terms of financial freedom, for you to have a financial freedom, you must have nothing less than for a man to be comfortable, you must have nothing less than at least seven income stream, multiple
You,
seven
you,
income stream.
you are even blowing it now. Ubon King said we must have 4. I like your own style that you're saying you must have 7. When I
So
heard the video of
for
Ubon King, Mr. Oluwatosin,
yes,
and he
yes,
said, if you don't have 4 streams of income flowing into your account, then you are poor. That thing, like, it was like, what? What's this man saying? And that is absolutely true. It doesn't really matter. No one is asking you to go and build a Dangote now or to be the $10. But the little ones, the simple ones that you can do, it has to all come in. Then that is what is freedom. When you still have
yes,
to depend on family or depend on some form of loans to pay school fees, then there's a problem. And I was telling someone too, sorry to cut in. I want to make this class very, very
yeah,
interactive
good,
because
good.
a lot of people really want to ask questions, right? And I said, at every time when my expenses goes up, and every time where I realize that yes, I need to start spending on this, I have to look for a way of providing income to
Mm-hmm,
suit that purpose so that at least my salary is still intact for my investment. And I don't
mm-hmm.
know how many can really key into that. So just to collaborate what you have been saying. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So as I was saying, for a man to be comfortable financially, you must have at least seven multiple streams of income. But for you to be an average person, mark my word, average person, you have 4. So if you are still
Okay.
thinking about having 4 for you to be financially free, then it means that you are not there yet. I listened to the video about King's the about King video,
Yeah.
and I was looking at the whole thing that he was talking about. Obon King is one of the fantastic coach we have presently, but at the moment, it depends. God owns our lives, so
God knows best. Yeah.
it's late now, but we've been able to learn a lot even from him. But when it
Exactly.
comes to passive income is an income that you have to, generate returns from while you are putting little or no effort at all. So how many of us now
Say that again, sir. Say that again.
passive
It is
income is an income that you earn from without putting any effort in it.
down.
So what that
So if I
means
have
is
to
that
use our term without hustling, without
without
stress,
hustling, yes, you
you
don't
just
stress
sit in
yourself.
your office and then it is coming. That is the passive income.
Passive income.
Fantastic. Go
So,
on, sir.
so as a man, you must keep putting your money in businesses or maybe probably in some places that you feel you can generate passive income. I used to tell my people that, see, if you earn 1 naira from a transaction is an addition. Because that 1 naira that you've earned from that transaction is automatically an addition to what you have initially. So for every man, it is very important that we have passive income. And that is the only way we can have financial freedom. Because if you look at it, maybe you work in a place, you are earning from there, you earn a certain amount every month. At the end, you will realize that the money is not enough. So why can't you invest part in order for you to increase the access to funds that you have with you? And what I'm saying in essence is that imagine I have 200,000 to earn on a monthly basis. I invest 100,000 out of the 200,000. The 100,000 I've invested, maybe the 100,000 will give me a return of maybe additional 20,000 naira. That 100,000 naira have automatically generate another 20,000. So in
but
that
Mr.
regard,
Oluwatosin,
yes, please.
to pick you on,
Yeah.
there are all those fraudsters out there. I've also lost money. All right, so it's not like it is that simple and straightforward.
You're right.
So I was just talking about the risk. All right.
Yes.
All apologies to Nigerians. I'm a Nigerian, but I tell you, there has been a lot of fraud coming out of Nigeria. All right. You see a lot of people telling you all cock and bull stories about investment. They have this sweet mouth, and Tosin will tell you what I showed, the paper I showed her, and say, "Come,
Mm-hmm.
don't tell me sweet mouth. Don't." They have sweet mouth. They will tell you this investment is this one. This one will give you this. In the space in 2015, it was the era of wonder banks. I know people that died via that mode. Then from there we went into Ponzi, and people keep doing different things. I know a lot of
MMM.
people that has challenged MMM. I know a lot of people that challenged me when I was trying to talk about this show and say, "Hey, talk about don't bring all this investment to us. Don't just bring it because they are fake. They are not real." People keep saying they would rather keep their money in the bank. They would rather keep their money with insurance companies. They would rather keep their money in their houses than investing the money because they don't know what could happen tomorrow. But that is the truth. Because I tell you, there are quite a lot of people, there are quite a lot of fraudsters. So what exactly makes 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 what you've done, what exactly makes it different? Or what you are doing? Let me put it that way.
All right. Thank you very much for the question you asked, and is a very good one. But I will say firstly from where you started from, which is the risk involved in investment. So I will start from the nature of let me say greed, because we have that in us. You understand? So
Guys,
if
I'm
you're
really
gonna
sorry.
yeah if you're gonna invest, if you're gonna go into having a passive income for yourself, I think the first
Yeah.
process you need to do is to learn about financial information, financial intelligence, financial study, anything you need to know about finance. You should get to know it, because for you to invest in anything, the first thing you consider is not the interest. People keep considering interest first, and that is where the
Hmm.
problem is coming from. The first thing you consider
So,
first, even before you consider interest, you have to look at how to protect your capital, because the interest can never be more than your capital.
at all.
So
Okay.
protecting the capital first. So that means that you have to determine the risk involved. So what makes ours different is that because we invest in asset acquisition, we invest where it is physical. You can see it. It's not online money. This is not online money. This is physical money that you will see with your physical eyes. Do you understand? So what we do is that we ensure that what you are investing into a portion of it, what's the value of the money you've invested, is allocated to you. You have a document to hold it, that I have a particular asset somewhere that I've invested into that will generate money for me.
So it's not like when they tell you bring 1 million and in 2 weeks you get 2 million. Huh? If you hear that, so I'm reading.
Even me myself, I will run away.
Mr. Oluwatosin, there is a comment from our very good friend and sister Ife Obafemi. He says, first rule for me on investment is anyone with the promise of unthinkable returns in a short time is avoided. Like fantastic. And let me add to that, if anyone that is telling you that you bring your money, you need to avoid such investments like a plague. So looking at time, because a lot of people are eager to know, yeah, Mr. Oluwatosin, what are you exactly even talking about? So talked about if a paycheck he got in December, what is it talking about? They don't believe. So can we break it down now?
All right, let's break it down. We have an investment platform that we call Land Banking Investment Project. The way it works is that.
Can I pause you for a second? Guys? Please drop your comments. If you have any questions immediately, you can immediately drop those questions in the chat. And this is Financial Freedom Part 1. Part 2, which is not going to be today, we will be talking about agro investment as well. So today we are really focusing on real estate investment, and this is also into 2 parts. The first part is on investment. You may not even have to invest in properties. That's what Mr. Oluwatosin is going to talk about. Then the second part is when you actually have to invest in real estate, in properties itself. And we're going to really go deeper right now, today as well, on how you can also make use of your NHF fund for those of you that already have it, or those of you that have it on the way in terms of application. All right, go ahead, sir.
All right, good. So it's an investment that allows you to invest into a real estate platform whereby you earn passive income from it. So what we do is that we invest into land banking. The word land banking is from, having to buy a large expanse of land and bank it for some period that you sell to generate income. So this is what we do. And for you that is investing into it, your part is to invest. Then a portion of where we have already acquired is allocated to you to hold as the investor that have invested into the acquisition of that land. So by so doing, you are going to generate about 30. At the moment, we're doing 38%, and it's going to close today. You understand? So, but nevertheless, the investment plan still continue. People can still.
Calm down. Calm down. Which one is it is going to close today? we are here, every one of us, and I just shared my own testimony. And I'm just looking for your document. I was hoping I can display it on the screen. We're here to really benefit from this. Okay, so before you go into it, we close to the thing. What exactly is it rather? And what are you using the money for? So you talked about land banking. It's a big word for us. So what is land banking? And if I give you my 500,000, if I invest my 500,000 today, how long would I have to wait for my investment to actually generate a return? What is that return, and how can I go about it? What is the guarantee, the assurance that my money is not going to go into voicemail, the way we say it in Nigeria? And what is the minimum investment that I can make? And what is the maximum? I think those are the things. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions right now, but those are the things.
All right. So land banking is from the word land, then banking. So everybody understand the word banking. Then land, when you have a land and you bank it, means that you keep land for some time to acquire profit. So there was a particular land, let me use as an example, that we acquire a certain amount. And at the moment, we're selling the land per plot for 10 million naira. And if you look at the profit margin on it, is more than 50%. We're having about 100%. So in terms of the interest, the duration, we run this for 6 months and we run it for 12 months. So those are the two durations we have at the moment: 12-month plan, 6-month plan. Then the interest rate for 6 months is 15%. Interest rate for 6 months is 15%. Interest rate for 1 year is 38% as of today. By tomorrow, it's going to be 30% because we are bringing down the rate. Sorry, if, I have to say that because I have to say that because some people have benefited from this interest rate, and since we started, I believe most of our clients have really enjoyed investing in this, land banking investment project, and it's giving a lot of people a good returns.
So let me break it down again, guys. This is one way that I think you can go to rest. All right, you can invest your money and let your money continue to work for you. So I heard about land banking. All right, about 5 years ago, I did not key into it. I was doing other things, but only about 2 years ago, I keyed into this, and it has yet. So imagine, look at this. If you can see the screen right now, in 6 months, you get 15% of whatever you invest. And if you want to wait for 1 year, you get 38%, which is saying it's going to go to 35%. Okay. And Mr. Oluwatosin, can you also tell us about the risk coverage, the risk protection? Because I realize
number one thing we do is that we're going to allocate a portion, some portion of the property we have acquired for you to hold, and a deed of agreement is given to you that this is a property that you have invested into and you have it. So at maturity, we pay you and we buy over the property from you. So the second risk that we've been able to cover for our clients is that we ensure that all the funds you invest is comprehensively insured by one of our insurance partner. So there's going to be a certificate that will be given to you. Then the certificate will be written in your name that the fund you have invested into land banking investment project is insured, because this is a project and we do development inside. Is an estate development, not that we just buy a plot of land. We buy a large expanse of land and we develop it into estate.
So if anything goes wrong, at least insurance company is going to pay me back.
Yes, of course, yes. So the third one is that you have a check, because we know what we're doing. We understand the model of the business. You get. So we are going to present you. We'll present you with a check of your maturity payment. So you have your check with you, and at maturity you go ahead to present your check. So and lastly, we're also going to give you an investment certificate to show you the details of your investment. Even before your investment mature, we'll give you a call to notify you that your investment is maturing so day, and you can go ahead to cash your money if you are not willing to roll over your investment and generate more income.
Awesome. Some people are sending direct messages on questions. Well, you can do that, but I will appreciate if you can also send questions to the group generally. All right. So Nonso says, I lost 6 million naira in 2012, lost another 12 million in 2015. Wow. And he continued investing, but changed his strategies. He has gained much more versus what he has lost. Fantastic. Now, so but I would say, don't be like Nonso now. Don't lose 6 million. Don't lose 12 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of money that we cannot afford to throw away today in this kind of era. And I say to people, you're getting this information today. If you don't key into it, a lot of people will do. A lot of people will keep making that money. You'll keep seeing them, and you still keep saying, I'm not sure it's gonna work. I'm not sure it's gonna work. If you're not making money when you are asleep, that's what Ubon King said in his message today. He said, if you're not making money when you are asleep, you will work for another man all your years. I really don't want to work for another man all my years. At some point, I want to retire and smile. And I invested back. Okay, the questions are already coming. Okay, Eman, go to the next slide. If someone says, what is the minimum that can be invested?
The minimum is okay. Thank you for displaying it. Because the fact is that one thing that we try to solve is that it's not until you have big money before you can invest in real estate. So with a minimum of 100,000 naira, you can invest and you make your returns. And another beautiful thing is that you can even earn 50% of your return even before the maturity of the investment.
Wait, what does that mean?
So it means you can earn 50% upfront interest. And at maturity, you have your capital plus another 50%.
So I am investing 1 million naira. I have an interest of 380,000 naira. You're saying that on the point of, if I'm investing today is January 16, you will already pay me half of my 380,000.
Yes, please.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you get 50% of it, which is half of the 380,000.
Oh God, you did not tell me this one now, and I'm waiting for 12 months. You didn't tell me this one before.
when I was starting the session, I said, what you don't know, there's no way you can know. It is until you know.
Wow. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, let's go to another question. Someone asked again. It says the rate 15%. Is it for the period of 6 months or for every month? Is Mr. Oluwatosin still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, yeah. Someone says the rate.
It's because you don't know, so that's why you've not actually asked for it. But I don't see any reason why you should also take an upfront. If you are investing 1 million naira and you are now taking let's say 170,000 there, but 190,000 naira, because you have 1 million. So if you need that 190,000, why can't you just remove 190,000 from 1 million and invest the balance? Do you understand? Because it's an investment. So you cannot eat what you are supposed to have at maturity together with your capital at the beginning now. But we still make the provision for that. If anybody wants to collect upfront interest, you can go ahead to collect it. Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Okay, you can hear me. I think it's from his own end. Fine, it's from his own end. So let's see how he is going to connect back, so that if there's any other question, I can attend to it. So I think everybody you need to have a good passive income, so that you can just go to bed and you just see money coming in here and there. And I will also suggest that, yeah, we have okay, I can see a question that is coming in, that someone asked, do we have a website? Yes, we do. We have a website, and you can check us on our website, www.zylus.homes.com. The home should have zylus.homes.com. So you can go there, visit us, and check what we have there for you. Then from there you can take a decision. All right, let me just be checking the questions while we wait for him to come. So okay, someone is asking, we type the question, we type the website. Okay, I'm doing that right away. zylus.homes.com. All right, so you have the website there. Okay, can I invest my interest upfront with my capital. Yes, you can. If you, with that, what you're saying is that you want to collect your interest, then you want to collect your upfront interest, then now reinvest your upfront interest. It's possible, because once you have your upfront interest, is money that have already been paid out, so you can decide to bring it back. So that's it. Someone is asking a question. Can you please help to type the web? Okay, I've done that already. The rate 15% seems small. Is it on monthly basis? The 15% interest rate is for 6 months. It's for 6 months. You can't say it's small because you can understand what is happening at the moment in terms of interest rates. Interest rate is down, and we are investing also in assets. We need to do a lot of operation cost. We need to put some things in place so that we can beautify the assets and make sure that the people that want to buy in diaspora and also in the country can invest in it and pay for it. So 15% is big, and in terms of investment, you can't be looking for, don't go after some investment that will offer you 100% in 1 year. At the end, you may end up losing your capital. You may end up losing your capital. So I think it's having some challenges coming to what are the procedure to start investing with Zylus. So I think the procedure will be sent on the platform. But if you visit the website, you can also get the procedure there. So I'm trying to check other questions. 15% is not small, not with current Nigerian rate now. Okay, good, thank you. The reason why we can even afford to give 15% is because we're investing into lands and also building. So land does not depreciate; it only appreciates. So the value at every point in time remain the same if the location of the land is not appreciating. But most of the time, because we are an expert in it, we buy land where land is appreciating. So that is it. You get your 15%. Beside the investment scheme, can we also buy properties from you? Why not? In fact, if you're buying property from us, is also part of investment, and you can even turn it to you can sell it in the future when the price of the land is already increased and earn passive income from it. So you can buy property from us. We give you guarantee, and all our properties are genuine, and we ensure they are all secure. I have two questions, please. Can one decide to own the land after the tenure? Yes, you can decide to own the land after the tenure. So what you do is that we calculate what you have, your capital and your return on investment. Then we give you the equivalent land that is equal to what you have. So you get that. Say if I do 1 million and I want to own the land, is it visible? What can one do? Yes, it is visible. I think I've answered the question. Do you have an app, or how does one monitor the funds? Yes, we have an e-wallet platform, where we have a portal platform where you can also monitor your investment. So, but the details of the portal platform is going to be released to you once you have keyed into the investment. How do I sign up today? The link will be sent to you by the host of the event. By the host of the event, the link will be sent to you. Then once the link is sent to you, then you can sign up. You can also fill an online form. You can fill online form. So, okay, someone said I'm on the website. So just go to where we have land banking investment project. So if you go there, then you would see where we have start investing. Then if you click on start investing, you will see a form that will pop up. So once the form pop up, you can complete the details, then submit. So once you submit, we are going to receive the form at the back. Let me say something. Anybody coming from this platform now to do this investment, I'm going to give you a grace period for Monday. So that before close of business on Monday, then you can gain. So you have today, you have Monday to gain into the investment, just for people on this platform alone.
Fantastic. Ah, awesome. I think these are the things we benefit from MCTB. So if you have 100,000 Naira and you want to invest, I think I'll find a way of getting my own legal papers and show it to you, and also my check and show it to you today. Guys, this is real. And if I have to cover this and keep it up all for myself, then I won't be fair. I won't be fair on you. See, your value is actually not what is in your bank account. That's what someone said to me yesterday. He said, your value is the ability to attract money into your bank account. It is not my words. So
Exactly.
I have to, your value is the ability, not what you're keeping. You're not rich because you have a fat account today. You're only rich because you have the ability, the consciousness that you need to really attract more into that account. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwatosin. How long have you been in this business?
Yes, we've been in the business for over 3 years now, and we've been doing very well. A lot of clients have been getting their maturity payments, and in fact, some will bring it back and still earn again. People are doing, rolling over, and they are earning their interest, they are investing back. So we have been in business for over 3 years now.
Thank you. And someone is asking again. He said they really want to know, how do you make your own profits?
All right, I will just use one single example to answer that question. We bought a particular land at the rate of 3.5 million. And in less than 6 months, we are selling the land 10 million naira. Can the person calculate what the profit will be?
No.
Hello?
Hello?
Do you get what I said now?
No, please say that again.
All right. I said there was a particular land we bought at the rate of 3.5 million.
Okay.
And we are selling the land at the moment at the rate of 10 million naira. Can you see the profit?
Within which period of time?
In less than 6 months.
What?
In less than 6 months.
You bought at 3.5, you're selling at 10 million in less than 6 months.
10 million. Signum, one of our property estate is Signum Estate. So what we do is that we don't just buy land and keep it like that. We develop the land. We do all the necessary perimeter fencing. We do the branding of the land. We do grading. We do a lot of things to make it very attractive. And once it is attractive, anybody that wants to buy will see value in what they're buying. See, there's no any amount you're buying land that is too much, because that land, especially in a good location, is very important. So when you buy land in a very good location, then there's no way the price of the land will not appreciate. So no matter the amount you're buying it, definitely you get an appreciation on it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I have another question here. So your team, how competent are your team? And how can we reach out to your team? What do they do? A lot of people, as I said, skepticism is still in the air. People can't just reach out to me and tell me to come and invest, and I'm going to do that. So where do I reach you? Where is your office? I don't know if you've said this when I was offline. And how can people really verify your existence?
All right. So the fact is that all our team are a team of experts. We have our CFO is a chartered accountant, and we have other professionals that are also working with the company to ensure that we put all our financial records in place. So we don't joke with finance. I also have experience in the financial sector for about 13 good years. And at the moment, we are also registered with under Lagos State Regulatory Authority. So we have the license of registration. with Lagos State Authority.
So and I want to believe that I think via your fund, Tosin, your lead consultant, they can always reach out to you, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So Tosin, please keep dropping your account number, your email address, your handle, and any way you think people can reach out to you. Please keep dropping it on the site. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwatosin. Olatujoye.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
I don't know if there are other questions in the house. Okay, there is one again. What's the assurance that the fund would be available when I need it?
So the assurance that we're giving you is that at every point you want to, one thing is that, okay, let me just go straight to the answer. We assure you that every point in time you want to have your fund is 100% available for you to have. And I'm very sure that...
Can I recall my investment before maturity?
Yes, you can. If you're recalling your investment before maturity in less than 3 months, you are going to lose 100% interest. But anything above 3 months, you can if you want to recall, you can recall, but your interest rate will be prorated.
I see. Of course, which that sounds very, very logical. That sounds very logical. All right. Thank you very much once again. We're going to go into the second session, and I would like to ask if Mr. Tobi Yusuf is with us here now. And for other questions, if you will still, of course, I expect that a lot of people need to key into this opportunity today. Please reach out to Ms. Tosin Obinaye. The phone number is there. Oh, okay. Mr. Tobi, I see that you're here. Let me unmute you and bring you in. Mr. Oluwatosin, do you have any other last words for us today before we move on into another segment?
Yes, the only thing I would just have to say is that I would like to tell the audience that the money you don't invest, you are going to spend it. So keep investing, keep attracting more value for your investment, and I believe you are going to make it more than the way you are now. So, and you also experience financial freedom in the long run. So thank you very much for having me, and I will say
my investment is with you, and I'm bringing in more. But we just have to make money in this 2021. It's our year of sitting down in our own offices. I'm not ready to resign yet, and I'm not ready to retire yet.
Thank you very much for believing in us.
Survival mode. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
All right.
Enjoy yourself and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I really want to apologize for the messed up technology that we had today. I really think it really hasn't happened before, but well, we never can tell. Things happens like this. And we're going to move into the second session, and I have this awesome and amazing gentleman in the house today, and he's also going to talk to us about real estate. So Mr. Tobi Yusuf is a partner of Veritasi Homes and Properties. As I said, today is mostly about real estate. In part 2, we will be talking about farming, investment, agriculture investment, and other kinds of investments. But today, let's focus on real estate. So, Mr. Tobi, how are you doing, sir? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I think I've done that. Can we all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Please introduce yourself and let's know what you're bringing to us today.
Okay. My name is Tobi Yusuf. I am a partner at Veritasi Homes and Properties. We're a real estate development company, and we operate across the value chain from advisory to construction. We've been doing this quite a bit. I've got a partner, and our combined experience spans about a decade. I was contacted sometime, I think like a week or two ago about this, and then I'm quite happy to be a part of this. Thanks to Tosin.
Thank you very much. Thanks for Tosin for bringing. I reached out to Tosin. I said, Tosin, I need people that can talk to us about real estate. I need people that can expose our mind and into the benefits of real estate. So, and that's why you're here today. So, guys, please feel free to drop your question. So 2 weeks ago, Mr. Tobi, we talked about NHF, National Housing Fund. A lot of us have keyed into it. I have keyed into it. I got my 15 million about 2 years ago. Okay. And I was able to add to that and get a property. So what are you doing in your own space in helping people secure homes and investing into properties in Nigeria?
Thank you very much for that question. Sometime last year, sometime in 2019 rather, we conceptualized this project that would essentially help people that are contributors to the scheme own homes. So it was such that it would be affordable, it would be beautiful, serene environment and all that, and at the same time affordable, so that people can take hold of the opportunity of the National Housing Fund. We realized that a number of employees that work in very structured organizations make this contribution on a monthly basis, but barely understand what it is, what it's for, and how to make use of it, or how to take on an opportunity when it appears. And we decided that, you know what, this is a blue ocean that we can tap in, and we decided to do the project and then more like educate people about what the NHF is all about, how they can take hold of it, how they can be a part of it, what the maximum amount they can take hold of, they can access, the ups and downs, the tenure period, the interest rate and all that. So we did a lot of education around that. And I'll be very honest with you that we got a very, very good response from people across the board, from the private sector to people that work in the civil service, name it. And so if you allow me, I'll just talk briefly about what the NHF is. Is all about. I've got like a slide here that would help us. I prepared a slide, so I'll just run us through it real quick. So once you can see my screen, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it now. And I
okay,
give everyone to, yeah.
Okay, so so typically I'll be talking about mortgage and the NHF. There are different ways to access a mortgage in the current Nigerian market. Yeah, but one that is widely used, especially for affordable homes, is the NHF. The NHF is an acronym for the National Housing Fund. And then just a brief history of mortgage in Nigeria. The Federal Mortgage Bank in Nigeria was founded by the federal government in 1973. And then the bank was established by the federal government, by the military government of Oluwatosin. Actually it was to help the working populace own their own homes. So what exactly is a mortgage? So when people say, oh, mortgage, what exactly is a mortgage? What would you define as a mortgage? Typically a mortgage is an agreement that allows you to borrow money from a bank or a similar financial institution or organization in order to buy a house. So once you take funds from a bank to finance a real estate transaction or asset, that's a mortgage. And always have at the back of your mind that mortgages are asset backed. If you're taking out a mortgage, it's because you are.
Tobi, apologies. I'm gonna pick you on that, and I'm gonna just interrupt you politely because I know very well of a very good friend of mine. He's listening now. Good. Anytime he hears anything about getting money from the bank or get a loan to do anything to invest, he picks race.
Okay.
What do you want to say to such person? I know we have a lot of other people listening to us today that still don't have that risk appetite, and they believe that it is actually a weight of debt. If you have to get money from the bank on mortgage or whatsoever to invest in properties, what do you have to say to them?
I'll start by this. There are several levels of debt or financial debt when it comes to understanding. I'll tell you for free that debt is a strategy, it's a financial strategy, and we must be able to know how to make use of that at every point in time. You need to be able to how to use other people's money or a debt to be able to fund a transaction, without putting your own money in it, or not using totally all of your own money. It serves as a push in one way or the other, especially if you have things worked out fine. For conventional businesses out of real estate, I mean, no business fails on paper, but we need to at some point take on the risk to do this. Interestingly, the NHF thing set up by the government is a very low risk loan, meaning that the interest rate is very, very low, very, very low. So it's something that people should take on.
And either you take it or you do not take it, you are contributing, by the way, because it's a national.
You're contributing, by the way.
If you're a salary earner, you are forced to contribute into this. So why are you contributing to something that you will never benefit from? That's the question.
So if you're a salary earner, you contribute 2.5% of your salary on a monthly to the NHF scheme. So take it or leave it. What it means is that there's a pool of money somewhere, right, that you contribute to, but because you are risk averse, you feel like loan is a bad thing to do, or taking mortgages it's not something along your appetite, you stay away from it. And then that money keeps growing, nobody's touching it. So it gives, quote unquote, the bad guys, I would say, people that would not manage funds effectively or well, the opportunity to tamper with it. Money that would provide homes for people. So at about now, current data shows that there are about 22 million housing deficits in Nigeria. 22 million housing deficits. As at right now. And for several reasons, it means that there are homes, there are families that live in shanties, slum, what's it called? Places that do not have concrete, cement. And this does have a ripple effect, from productivity level to health, name it. And then I know that one way or the other, we should arm ourselves with the information like we are doing right now on how we can get hold of this. It's one thing to work and parent all your life. It's another thing to work and own your own assets. We know that
and even if you own your own home, you can actually secure this, get this loan, and use it to secure a property where you continue to get rent from. Actually, that is what I did. I got mine, use it to secure a property. I currently don't live in that property, but I have a yearly income coming in from this same property. And this income is even more
that pays for the mortgage itself.
Exactly. And I am not obliged to pay off this mortgage until I retire. So until I clock 50 or 60. It's actually a low risk thing, and I really encourage a lot of people to do that.
So another thing about people owning their own homes is an issue of structured credit. I think that is why we in real estate transactions, you hear more of people asking you to, if you want to buy a house, you have to bring all of it cash, 100% or 80%. And you're like, where are you supposed to see that kind of money from? But in advanced economies like the UK, the US, typically all you need to buy a house, is about 10% of the value of that house, sometimes 20% of the value of that house, So just to put in perspective, I'm sure we have a number of friends that have migrated to Canada or the US, right? And just a year or two after must have migrated. You see photos of them saying, "Oh, thank God I bought a house. Thank God I did this, I did that." And you're looking, this house is what, £300,000, $400,000. Where did this guy get this money from? How much would you have earned in 2 years to be able to do property acquisition that is worth this amount? But I'll tell you the truth here, and I'll tell you for free. What he needed to have at that time, if the property of the house, the value of the house was £300,000, was just about £30,000. And they have a very stable economy, with inflation of maybe 0.25%. interest rate at say 2%. So things are quite structured. Nonetheless, we don't have that kind of thing in Nigeria. But what would suffice here, what's available to us here, I feel like many people do not know about it, and because of that, they are unable to take hold of what it is. So I'll just drive in real deep into this real quick.
Someone just asked that, can he access the loan if he's not resident in Nigeria?
So typically for this particular scheme, which is the National Housing Fund, is strictly for Nigerians that live, work, and earn in Nigeria.
Okay, that clarifies it. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you very much.
So thank you. Yeah, that's fine. So what's the aim and the aim of the whole mortgage thing is the mobilization of funds for the provision of affordable residential homes. So the moment you're looking to buy a home that is about 15, 20 million, it falls under that scheme. Okay. If you move your housing appetite a notch further and you're looking to own a house that's 50 million, 100 million, this does not qualify you for it. It means that you're comfortable enough, you earn enough to be able to buy your house yourself, right? But for those that are looking to own houses, say 20 million and below, this scheme was specifically designed for them.
But I can also get this money and add it to whatever I have to own a higher value property, right?
Yeah, well, to an extent, I will tell you, it will be difficult for you to do that because even from your account statement to your financial records and all that, because there's a screening for all of those things, it would give you a way that your economic category is different from the people that these are designed for, right?
Yeah.
So I'll run us very quick through the benefits of the NHF. The housing loan, you can get the loan at up to 90%. The interest rate is fixed. It's not variable. It's not floating. Irrespective of what happens within the economy or within the market, it's still 6% per annum. So what it means is if you loan a particular amount all through the tenure of the loan, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it would stand at 6% per annum. There's a long period of repayment, which is up to 30 years. And the people that benefit the most from this are young professionals. So take, for example, you have like, say, 3 to 5 year working experience and you are, say, about 30-year-old. This scheme fits you. Because you have a longer period to repay, your DSR ratio will be low, meaning that you have a longer time to pay. And then when you do the ratio of the salary to your debt, it's lower. You don't have to stress yourself too much to make
and that's a 6% that you cannot even get from any bank.
You won't get this anywhere.
On a compound interest. Someone said they're scared of debt, and I replied in the chat. I said there's a difference between a debt and a loan. A loan is the money you get for which you invest into a certain business, property, or anything. A debt is when you are actually over what we use in Nigeria, we say overdue, and you cannot even pay off your loan. Then it becomes a debt.
Yeah, fair. So because of the amount that is that you can access up to 15 million. There is a low, what's it called, equity contribution. Like I explained, using the advanced market of 10 to 20% in Europe. The same thing applies here. For properties 15 million and below, all you need is for equity contribution is about 20% of that value. 20% of that value. So if you are looking to buy a house that is worth 15 million, all you need as cash on ground. Is 3 million naira.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's what it means.
How sure is this process? I think those are the questions people really want to know today. It's good. We can do the presentation. We can tell people about it. But how sure are we that, yes, this is working for Nigerians? Okay.
Okay.
And when we get, what can we use? How do we invest this money? How can we turn it? Where do you come in? I think that's the main question.
Okay, fair. I'm trying to be stepwise so that there's, I can track the understanding. I don't just jump over the button. That's why I'm taking it. That's good. So I'll get there and I'll answer all the questions. So I think one of the questions people may want to ask is what exactly is the equity contribution? Equity contribution is your skin in the game. It's your commitment to the interest that you have. So I want to buy so take for example, I have a wealthy dad and I tell him, oh, there's this new footwear or new jewelry I'd like to get. And because I know my dad is kind, he asks me, oh, okay, how much do you have? I can top the rest for you. So if I tell him I don't have any money, he looks at me like, you're not even serious. You're not ready to buy what you want. Yeah. But if I say, you know what, Dad, I've got X amount of the money. Can you top the balance for me? Oh, he sees that, oh yeah, to be serious. Okay, I can lend him the rest. That exactly is what equity is. It means, the amount of money you have to put into the game, the amount of money you have to support the interest in the property purchase you're looking to get. So for our working class, for the guys that are contributors to the scheme, or for the guys that work in the civil service or private organizations that are mandated to make the 2.5% contribution of their basic salary to the scheme, it's pretty much straightforward to access the NHF, the mortgage. All you need is your evidence of participation, payment slip, and account statement for a period of about 6 to 1 year, and proof of contribution, proof of equity contribution for the property that you're looking to get. For people that are non-contributors to the scheme, so you probably own a small business, or the organization that you work with do not make the contribution, you can actually do it for yourself. All you need to do is register with the scheme. You can Google them online. You register with the scheme. Is pretty much an easy process. You can be done with that in, say, a day or two. Register with a mortgage bank as well. Get your NHF number, and then you can link it with your with your salary account, so they make the deduction on a monthly basis. So you can put like an instruction with your bank that deduct X amounts into this account on the monthly, and that will be done. And then
that's beautiful. This really answers the question in the lips of a lot of people, that even I'm a businessman, how do I still tap into this so far I'm a Nigerian? And guys, after the show also, you can always reach out to me or reach out to Tosin, and we can also link you to some of those contacts who can give you the right information. Go on, sir.
Yeah. So for business owners, so there's something a bit tricky when it comes to business owners, because a number of business owners will treat their business like they are the one. And when it comes to separating individuals from the business, it's quite there's some way gray or no gray line in it. But I will give my advice I'll quickly chip in my advice for small business owners. I would say that going forward, make sure that you pay yourself a salary, right? Pay yourself a salary so that there's something that distinguishes the business and you. And then you can, sign up with the NHF scheme, like I explained, and then they can make do the lien, and then make the contribution on a monthly basis from your account, so that when you decide to tap into the opportunity to request for a mortgage, the process is a lot easier. So this time around, they'll be using your personal account rather than your business account. That will raise a lot of questions. Yeah, it raises a lot of questions. It's usually more difficult to do. Another question that bears in mind is, because people are used to, when you talk about loan, people think of collateral. Yeah. If you walk into the bank today and you say you want to get a loan, they'll ask, oh, what's the collateral you have? Usually they'll ask for, say, a real estate asset or any other asset that you may have, stock, bonds, treasury, whatever it is. But in the case of facilitating a mortgage, they usually would not ask you for a collateral at the point of entry. Why? Because they know that what you want to finance is a real estate transaction. So they'll use the value of the asset you're looking to get, which is the asset, as the collateral. So it's simply a straightforward process. So you don't need to go looking for a collateral before you start the transaction.
You want to purchase, or you're looking to get, will be used,
what will serve
collateral for you. Yeah, okay.
You're very correct. You're very correct.
Someone asked a question, just to be a bit interactive on this. Abayomi asks, it says, is it 6% per annum on compound interest or simple interest?
6% per annum on simple interest. And if I understand it very well, it is even on reducing balance.
Yes, it is.
So if you pay a certain amount, when they do the 6%, it reduces like that. It's not fixed. Like it reduces at the end of your payment tenure. When you compare what you are paying at 6% on the 10th year and what you paid on year 2, you can tell the difference.
Okay. And Francis asked a question and says, this company doesn't run NHF. So what should I do? Francis, we treated this about 2 weeks ago. So maybe Mr. Tobi also can help shed more light on this.
If your company doesn't do the NHF for you, you can single-handedly do it yourself. Like I said, all you need to just do is Google the NHF. There's something called the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. They are the ones responsible for giving out the NHF card, giving out the NHF number, and all of that. It's like a contribution to a scheme. It's like the way you do what's this thing called? Cooperative or a SUSU and all of that. That's what it is. Monthly contribution. So you do that, you get your registration card, and you put the mandate to your bank, and then they will make the deduction on a monthly basis, and you can go to sleep. And another good thing is, for you to be eligible to access the mortgage, you need to be a contributor to the scheme for 6 months, just 6 months. Just 6 months. So you must have been contributing for 6 months for you to be able to access 15 million naira. Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, that answers the question, and I can see GB Kuku's question as well, and that's clear. Gerard says, how can the family of the deceased get his contribution? So this question is about, yes, you've been contributing 2.5%, and this person unfortunately passes on. How can this person get the contribution of the person who left?
Okay. Yeah. I'm not expert in that, but from the knowledge I have, I know that there's always a next of kin. And then even before death, if you're a contributor to the scheme and you do not take a mortgage from it, you can actually request for the amount contributed over the period of your service.
Yeah.
And to be made available to you with 2% interest.
So thank you, Mr. Tobi. So that we don't digress, okay, let's now talk. How can we convert this to multiple streams of income for us?
Great. So first thing first is to identify the property you're looking to get. So the idea for this is for us or for whoever is interested to buy a house or own a home. So you need to know, what property do I want to get? What property is under, say, 20 million that I'm looking to get? You need to identify that first. Once you do that, you've ticked the box off. So you think, okay, how do I raise the equity? Raising equity is, I think, another order you need to cross. Once you do that, we commence the mortgage application. We do that in collaboration with a bank that we work with. So as a company in Veritasi and Properties, we are working very closely with a mortgage bank, City Code. Those are the guys that we work with because they are like the specialists, the specialists when it comes to processing mortgage and all that. And in short, by law, they are the only ones that have the power to do that, so to say. They are the only ones mandated to liaise on our behalf and the clients with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So the mortgage bank will step in, help with your filings and all of that, and put it forward to the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, which is the apex mortgage bank in the country, and they do all of that. So usually this would take a period of about 6 to 9 months to be conservative. Okay. And then once that is done, they would disburse the mortgage to the developer that is developing the property.
So this is where we're going now. This is where we're going now, Mr. Tobi. So let's assume that, because I look at the caliber and the class of the people in this room today, a lot of them probably would not want to live in a house of 15 million. All right, they want something better. So how can your company help us to make use of this NHF fund when we eventually get it, to actually invest? All right, because this is the question in our lives right now. A lot of time, I don't know where to go. I know how long it took me to get a property, and for me, I didn't even get a property of 15 million. So I had to find another way of managing this. So how can Veritasi Homes help us to link us to those kind of properties that our NHF funds can be used for?
Okay. So I'll take us back a bit to the part where I talked about equity contribution, right? So if you're looking to access a house that is 15 million or below, you need to have equity contribution of 20%. But once you go higher, right? Once you're looking at buying a house that is 20 million and 30 million, or whatever value it is, up to a threshold that is not luxury, you would have to pay equity, which is the balance. I mean, that is, say, take for example, 30 million minus 15. So your equity contribution will be 15 million if you're looking to buy a house that is 30 million. If you're looking to do a property that is, say, 20 million, your equity contribution is going to be 5 million. So in that case, you can actually access that kind of property that is not too, for lack of a better word. Yeah. And then you can, using the mortgage. So you finance part of it, the mortgage will finance the other part of it.
Fantastic.
And then it's up to you to decide what you want to use the property for eventually. There are new models that people are taking advantage of these days, especially in Lagos, to maximize the rental income that they get from the property. One is timeshare, and the other is timeshares are short lets. So a lot of people do like short lets, and then they place it on apartment ops, where like Airbnb, where people can take out the room for the weekend.
I did Airbnb also last year, and I know that this is really a way of making a lot of money. So how can one reach out to you or to Veritasi in linking up to this opportunities? I'm also aware that you do other stuff that could bring incomes, like car hailing services, and you have this also, the Camberwell advantage. It has a flexible payment terms with NHF. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, so if you can see on my screen now, I've got like some photos of some of the properties. Yes, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I'm saying, if you can look on my screen now, I've got some photos of the properties that were built and that we are building currently. So we have here photo of Camberwell Court Phase 1. Those are apartment buildings, those are our terrace, and then on this other slide here are the interior photos of the building that we've done. So we've done some really interesting projects. About getting the what's it called, the car hailing service that you mentioned. So we started a new project sometime in December. It was launched December 1st last year, and the idea was to do something really upscale than our previous projects, something more upscale than this, in a very, very prime location, somewhere in Ikate, for those of us that know Lagos very well. And we've got like different payment plans, so I'll explain. The pricing for the properties ranges from 40 million to 90 million. And we decided that...
Which is more than our NHF.
Yeah, this is more than your NHF. I mean, this is more than the NHF. So we decided that we came up with two payment plan. One is you pay a 10% initial deposit, a 10 million naira initial deposit for whichever property you're interested in, ranging from 2-bed, 3-bed, and 4-bed. Like I have the pricing on the screen here. And then you can spread the balance over a period of 12 months, because the estimated delivery period for the project is 12 months, December this year. And the second model is you pay 50% initial deposits, 50% initial deposit of the property you're looking to get. And then once you do that, we would hand in a car that is worth 2 million naira in value, place it on the ride-hailing platform using a fleet manager that will eventually help you earn money, about 120,000 on a monthly basis. Why did we do this? We know that for very savvy investors, they always want a good deal and they always want to earn. So we thought, if you buy an house off plan, what can we do differently such that even before the house is ready, you earn money? And that's where it popped that, we could actually do this. Even if it's 120,000, we know that it will go a long way in sorting immediate bills like phone calls, fuel for your car, for your jet, grocery shopping, and some of those little things that you may need as for the household. And that's why we did that. And we've been getting a lot of inquiries, we're getting a lot of subscribers for this, and it's been really impressive. People are really welcoming the idea that they can actually earn even before the property is ready to even make money from it. That's for the Camberwell Advantage property at Ikate. Like I said earlier,
how we can get to this presentation you're sharing today. And I would say, Prince Nonso, please reach out to Tosin. Tosin Obinaya is our contact to Ms. Tobi Yusuf. She will definitely send you all the presentation and the information you need. So if I may ask now, that wins cover, please put up your email address, your handle, and also your contact number on how to locate you. Please put it on the chat as well for everybody to benefit from it. Okay.
Yeah.
So looking at time, guys, so I really believe that a lot of us have benefited from these opportunities today. It is not even about you living in those houses, right? It's about you investing. I know how much a studio flat is going for in this kind of environment that you mentioned. I know how much duplexes are going for in this kind of environment that you mentioned. And these are opportunities. If you do not do this yourself, God is not going to come down from heaven and help you to invest. What God cannot do does not exist. What you are not doing is what exists. So you need to, apologies for the lack of any other better word, wake up today, and don't look at yourself and say, oh no, I'm still young, I still have a lot of time on my hands. I am sorry, you don't. Any day gone, you can never get it again. And that's why we're bringing this opportunity to you today. 2021, we need to live in financial freedom. Invest in properties. You can never go wrong with properties. Right one, good ones, in quotes. Not all those ones that keep sending you flyers at ShopRite and to keep taking your money and not investing it into anything. And please, for more information, because of our time, Mr. Tobi, you still have other things you'd love to drop for us, right?
Well, I was just going to say that for things like this, it's more information that you are aware to, that you are privy to, and I want to encourage people that they should just go the extra mile. Just a random Google search, or reach out to Tosin, I believe, who would help, demystify everything. It's a very, for those that are really interested, a very simple process, that you can take on. I've done this for a couple of people in the past, and it's something that I can say for a fact that is doable. Take, for example, yourself. You've done it before. You've got the money, and I have to tell you ahead that when you have to deal with the federal government, it's exactly not point A to B. They are bent here and there, but you have to be determined. I mean, this is pot of money that is on the table that you need to tap from. If you do not get it, somebody is going to get it, or somebody is going to mismanage it. Pardon me. Someone's going to mismanage it. So take hold of this opportunity.
Government might even still take this NHF as loans in the future. We never can tell.
So while
now that they're taking our pensions, huh?
While it lasts, take hold of it.
Take the opportunity. Take the opportunity now. It doesn't cost you anything. It's government's money. I call it the national cake. I got mine, as I said, 2 years, going to 3 years. A lot of you are still there. You keep contributing 2.5% every month, and you're not taking this advantage. This is the time for you to do it. You're living in your own house, but you can use this as an investment opportunity for yourself and for your families, and really bring in a lot of income from that. Thank you so much. If you can see hear me, Ms. Tosin, please drop your details. Guys, I can vouch for Tosin. She's been working with me for close to 3 years now, and everything she has done, she has put in. They actually, I would say, they're false proof, they are error proof, they are authentic. So, Tosin, please, how will it be assessed? It's not answered yet. Gerard, I'm not sure if I get your question right. Maybe you can just put it back again in the chat. All right. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if Ms. Tosin is hearing me because she's not putting her details on the chat, but you can as well reach out to me. Yes, she has put it there. Get your pen and paper. The phone number is 081 032 5454 940. I repeat, 081 0325 4940. She can help link you with Zylus Investment. She can help link you with Veritas. She can help link you with quite a lot of other opportunities in Lagos. I know of a friend of mine. This guy is just 40. He has over 6 properties today in this same Lagos that we are in. We used to work in the same place. And I keep looking at myself, I say, God, what is happening? I look, his salary is not more than mine, but it's just about the discipline. That is the first thing. It's about the determination. He is ready. He's ready to break out. He's ready to really go into this investment with intention, clear intention. He knew what he was going for. You can put yourself money in the bank. Yes, it's fine, all well and good. But I tell you, real estate is an in thing right now. Real estate, agro investment is an in thing right now. Naso says, yes, Topo, you're right. FG loan, the NHF in future, definitely they will do that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. For those
thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. Thank you very much.
Talk with us even up till now. Francis Etafo, you're raising up your hand, but I'm not getting your question. Let's go into the chat. Maybe you asked the question that we have not answered. Okay, Francis, I'm not sure I get that question. Oh, yes. Francis asked that you please state the name of the bank again. That is Citicode Mortgage Bank. That is what Mr. Tobi mentioned to you. Citicode Mortgage Bank. I got mine also through Citicode Mortgage Bank, and I tell you, I got it within 7 months. Okay, within 7 months. So this is January. Apply now. Contact Veritas. Contact Tosin, and she will help you get that home you desire or help you invest your funds. If you also have the money that you're not using, I know there's nothing like that anyways, but if you have some other inflows that probably you're not clear in your mind on what to invest in and how to make use of this fund, I will really encourage you to please reach out also to Wings Covers. She will help you channel your investment into different opportunities that exist and will guide you. Don't just keep going into property banking blindly. Don't go into property investment blindly. You need someone to help you through. You need someone to coach. You need someone to guide you. A lot of us are not in Nigeria, but are still doing property banking and making a lot of money out of this. Don't be left behind. The train is moving. This is 2021. The train is moving.
Slam dunk, are you ready to make me?